I'm the boss, so I do what I want. But I just want you to understand like why you wouldn't do certain things, like if you don't have certain ranges of motion, or why it would like feel like trash, whatever. This is like, especially because Caitlin's coming back postpartum, there's certain things that you want to know about what you need. And I try to give people back what they need during their workouts, right? So if I was standing at a wall and I couldn't actually reach my arms up overhead, why would I do any overhead pressing? I wouldn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't lift your arms up over your head without your ribs coming off the wall or your back coming off the wall, you're not gonna overhead press. Okay, so this is kind of like when I'm putting together like that arm farm and there's like overhead pressing. If you can't reach your arms over your head, you should not be overhead pressing. Okay, there's plenty of other things that you could do. All right, so I want you to think about that. I also want you to think about if you bend over and go to touch your toes, what does it look like, right? Where are you moving from? Are your glutes lengthening? Can you shift your weight to your heels from your toes? See how I can touch like this? Not a good thing, okay? So you want to be able to have some hamstrings to control the position of your pelvis. I'm hypermobile. We've talked about this a lot. I want to see your guys' toe touch right now. Just go and touch your toes. Perfect. Now, from a toe touch, you want to do a toe touch to a squat. Okay, so Caitlin, see how you're doing that? I want to get you more hamstrings. That's like the first thing you want to do postpartum is some hamstrings to control the position of the pelvis. Now, obviously you don't want your hamstrings to be this tight, but I'd rather have your hands like just to your toes. Like that's perfect. I just see a lot of lax women, right? And then you end up locking out your knees and using your low back. Okay, so from this position, we're going to come down into a squat. So your feet are together. You're going to go like this, feet together, reach down, and then come down into a squat without falling backwards like that. Okay, I want you to try to keep your heels down on the ground and heels on the ground. See how far you can go into a squat without falling over. Okay, so here's the thing. Ankle mobility. Tension through your back. If your pelvis is very far forward, you will not be able to do this, okay? That's why we elevate the heels when we squat, okay? And that's why we do a lot of like back body expansion with our breathing, all right? So now that I've given you a little lesson on why we do things and things we want to pay attention to, we're going to just start super basic with the hamstrings, okay? And I'm going to talk through, again, why we do that. Because I have a lot of people, not that they think that they're special, but they're just like, why does my back hurt? Like, whatever, whether you're postpartum or you're a man, your back hurts because you don't have a stack, right? And so before you go and break down like the asymmetries that you have in your body, you need to get a good exhale, which is going to get your abs, and you need to get hamstrings, which is going to prevent your pelvis from dumping forward, okay? So if I just lay down on my back and I dig my heels into a bench, I want to think this is 90 degrees. This is a little bit more than 90, okay? I want you to dig your heels in and think about your knees reaching towards the ceiling, because that cue alone is going to tuck your pelvis under, okay? So I'm reaching my knees up towards the ceiling. That should tuck my pelvis, and I shouldn't have to think about it, right? I can like feel my pelvis get tucked underneath me when I reach my knees towards the ceiling, all right? Then you're going to take your hands and you're going to reach your hands towards your knees. So instead of reaching here, I reach here. I'm going to get a little bit lower expansion, okay? Now, I can't necessarily breathe into my belly the way I might want to. Heels are digging in, knees are reaching towards the ceiling. Inhale into the chest and into the back. Exhale, empty from the bottom. You should feel the backs of your legs, not the backs of your knees, and you should feel your abs. Inhale and exhale. Empty from the bottom. Drea, get lower into the squat or bring your heels to the edge more. Do you see this angle? It's a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale and exhale. And I don't care how basic this is. This is the basics. We got to get back to the basics, okay? Now, if you want, you could add a block between your knees to connect to your pelvic floor. All you're going to do is inhale, bridge up, exhale down. Inhale, bridge up, exhale down. Now don't break apart, just curl up. Curl up by digging your heels in. Curl up by digging your heels in to the bench. Good. Caitlin, maybe move your ass closer to the chair too. Good. Dig into the heels. Think about the knees still reaching up towards the ceiling. Do you guys feel your hamstrings, the back of your legs a little bit?
Definitely. I feel like this is super hard.
Good. That's fine. That's perfect. Probably some other people are here too, and they didn't just have a baby, so. Drea, bring your heels to the edge more. Good. Now, if you have a band, grab it. If you don't worry about it. You can use a sweatshirt. You can use nothing. I want to bring back the importance of just hands and knees, right? But hands and knees where you're not flaring through your rib cage. So sometimes I'll take this band, and I suggest using like a red band if you have it. And if you don't, I can literally do this. I can take my sweatshirt and put it around my back and then just push into my hands, or I could fucking do nothing. I don't really care, honestly. Okay, so turn sideways. Have a block nearby. If you need to connect to your pelvic floor, you can put it between your legs. If I go like this and I place my hands down on the ground, can you see how my back is like a straight line? It's not kind of like curving or dipping. I want to be able to push through my index finger and my thumb in this position and then not have my pelvis dump forward or overly round. I want to hold out in this position. Caitlin, this is exactly where you're going to stay. Okay, I'm going to talk through staying, then I'm going to talk through lifting. So if I'm reaching and pushing my hands down into the ground, this is moving my rib cage back. This is engaging through my serratus, which is very important for exhalation and abs. Tuck your toes under. Make sure you stay tucked under, and then lift your knees off the ground. Okay, but Ross, you better not have that arched rib cage right now. You better push through your hands as hard as you can. Push through your arms, push through your arms. Lift your knees up off the ground as you exhale the air away. Good. Inhale and exhale. I want 6 breaths in that position with your chin lifted and emptying from the bottom. Good. I don't want your belly bulging. I want to empty from the bottom up. Good. Nicole, lift your head more. Push into your hands more. Inhale. Same with you, Margaret. You got to push, push, push into your hands more. Big inhale, big exhale. Did you guys feel your abs a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. So that's just basic, right? That is literally like jumpstart month 1. We want to get abs on board with rib cage coming back. Okay. Same thing is going to happen like with Caitlin. She's just practicing like remembering how to breathe in that position. Okay. So we're going to come into a lateral lunge now. We're going to stand up and we're going to remember that we want to sit into each side of our body. We're going to do a little bit of like a hinge with it too. So if I start with my feet together and then I take a step to my left, I'm going to sit over my left side. I'm going to take my hands down to the ground. This is my inhale. My heels heavy, my knees kind of pulling in towards the midline. Exhale, come out of it, and then step back. Step to the left, heel heavy. Inhale down, exhale up, and step back. Step to the left. Inhale down, my heel is heavy. Exhale up and back. So that's what I want you to do for 8 reps. Hinge, sending the butt back, step it up and press it back. If you do not feel your butt, just scream to me. Drea, don't step as far. I'm watching you guys. Now, I'm going to talk through what the other side looks like. If I go here, I'm going to just show it from the side because I know some people ask the question, like, how much hinging am I doing with my torso? I step, knee kind of pulls into the midline. I'm reaching down, but I'm not like falling so far forward. My heels are heavy. I'm gonna come back up and then I'm gonna push myself back to stand. Sit into it, reach down, inhale, exhale, step back. I wanna feel my heel heavy. I want that knee pulling in towards the midline a little bit. All those things. Yes, Drea, this side's much better. Good. Do you guys feel your butts a little bit? Good. Good. Watch your left side of the pelvis. Caitlin, don't hike the left side as you sit into it. We're going to do something weird and you probably are going to, hate me like usual, but I just wanted to show you guys like why in ass and abs, I do like all that hip shifting. Okay. So what we're going to do, you are going to get into a sideline position with your boobs and your hips facing a wall. And then what's going to happen is I need you to be able to reach your top leg long so that it reaches the wall. So really complicated. Don't expect everybody to get this the first time, but you guys are pretty smart. So if I was in a sideline position like this, my knees are bent, my boobs are facing the wall, my knees are facing the wall, and then this leg is reaching out in front of me. Do you think we can handle that? Yes, Jacqueline knows how to do it right. Stick her butt right in my face.
Oh, nice view, huh?
Woo! So Ross, face your boobs and your knees towards the wall. Good. So hip shifting. You see me post these pictures on Instagram. It's like everyone's ass, my ass. I need to be able to shift into one side of my pelvis and out of the other side. Okay. And I always feel like if I could just work out inside of a box, like I'd be great. Like if I could feel all the things around me, right? So that's what we're going to do first is just review what a hip shift actually is. So if I'm lying on my side, I want my side body lifted up off the ground. So like there's like a toy car could run underneath it. I could take my right knee and I could reach it forward. Do you see how much forward this knee is? Pull it back, forward, back. I need to be able to do that. If you're so tight through your glutes, you can't do that. That's the basic hip shift. Okay. Now we're going to do the hip shift, but with a straight leg. Okay. So you need to move yourself away from the wall enough that if you reach, you can push your foot into the wall as you exhale. Okay. Side body up off the ground. This leg is pushing into the wall. My pelvis is not dumped forward. I want you to exhale, push into the wall, and then inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, reach into the wall. Inhale, lift the leg. Don't lose the length. Reach forward, lift the leg. Do not roll your whole pelvis, Michelle. Reach forward and then find length. Reach forward, find length. Reach forward, find length. Who's going to be the first person to tell me where they feel this?
Are you more in an L or a Y? With the leg?
L. L.
I think under my butt, right here.
Good. Anybody feel it in their actual butt?
I feel it on the outside edge
Okay.
of my butt.
Good.
I feel mostly glute med.
So I'm going to show you if you engage your abs a little bit more on the left side, what could change? Okay. So can you do that with your bottom knee lifted up off the ground? So if I go like this, I'm reaching. Can you actually lift your left knee off the ground? Put your right hand down, reach and reach. Don't overlift your leg. Push into the wall.
How is your left knee? Aren't you laying on your left knee?
No. I'm laying on my left hip.
Okay.
Good fix, Ross. So remember in ass and abs how we lift the bottom leg and it's really fucking hard because a lot of us don't have a left adductor because we're very asymmetrical. Yes, this is all just connected. Okay. I don't need you to understand this, but I just want you to see how reaching and getting length in the glute is going to help you activate it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. Now let's flip to the other side and see what it feels like. It's not going to feel the same. You might feel way more successful when you're on your right side. You might feel way more successful on your left side. It's just information, okay? Ross, don't lift your legs so high because that's just gonna kind of cramp up your glute, okay? It's more about the reach forward and then the controlled lift. So now, you can see my ass. I'm laying here, side body lifted up off the ground, reaching through the left, right? Reach and exhale on the wall. My left knee is longer. And then I'm gonna inhale and reach. Reach it forward, inhale, lift. Reach it forward, inhale, lift. If I want more and I wanna feel my abs, I'm gonna put my left hand down. I'm gonna reach my right leg up off the ground. You don't ever have to reach the bottom leg up off the ground either. But this would be, again, why we want to get those adductors on board. And that's like what we would do in ass and abs. Do you feel your butt a little bit, Caitlin? Just getting that movement a little?
Definitely.
Okay. So we're going to get to it. We're going to do one last exercise and then we're going to move. So half kneeling. You're going to start in half kneeling. We're going to do a little bit of like a side body stretch into a cross connect. So it looks like this. I'm down on the ground. Right knee is down. Left leg is forward. Okay. From here, I'm going to do this. Inhale. I get it. It feels good to stretch. Then we're going to cross connect. So if I go like this, inhale, I'm going to exhale, stand, and then I'm going to rotate, inhale. Step down, inhale, stand, knee pulls in, exhale, and inhale. So right now, I'm expanding through my back. I want to do that 6 times. Yep.
One more
Nice.
time, sorry.
Yep. Nice and slow and half kneeling. Do an inhale. Exhale, stand. Pull your right knee into your chest and then rotate your left elbow towards your right knee. Take an inhale. Step down. Reach. Down. Stand. Rotate. Good. Yep. Find your big toe, find your heel. Good. Let's say you've done 6 to 8 on one side. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just pay attention. What's the difference? Which side feels like it needs that side body stretch more? That's probably the side that you hike the pelvis on, right? Reach, rotate. See, can you touch your knee and your elbow? When you're there, take an inhale and then exhale down. Inhale, up, stand through the heel, rotate, inhale, exhale. Perfect. So, because I always do this, I'm just going to get started talking. If you have a chin-up bar, let's use it. If you have a TRX, let's use it. If you have a bat wing row bench, let's fucking set it up. We are going to start with a wall hinge, okay? So this is gonna be Caitlin's first hinge. I'm gonna talk through really beginning versions of it, just body weight. Those of you who have been doing this for a while, you can load it up with 2 weights. I am gonna start with my left leg forward first as I talk through it. We're gonna do 10 reps of a single leg deadlift, followed by 10 reps of an upper body pulling exercise, okay? So if I'm at the wall, I'm gonna take my left leg forward and my right leg back. So Caitlin, I'm gonna start just like this with my back foot on the wall. And I'm gonna think about the right side of my pelvis rotating towards the left, okay? Now, I'm going to exhale as I lower down, reaching my butt back towards the wall. Good. Now, do you see how you start to do that, like going like this and getting lower? Try to keep your butt up so you get a little bit of a, yep, perfect. And then you're gonna inhale back up. Exhale down, so you're emptying from the bottom of your pelvic floor. Yep, and then you're gonna inhale to come up. Now, for everybody else, you can put your back foot up the wall. You can leave your foot down on the ground. You're gonna have 2 weights in your hands, and you're gonna rotate over the left. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, drive through the heel, come back up. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, come back up. Good. Make sure that when you start, your standing knee is in front of the leg that's on the wall. You're gonna do 10 on each side. It's coming from your butt lengthening. Drea, put your heel heavier, but still let your knee bend on the left leg. So heel heavy, knee bends, push your butt back, 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 knee forward, butt back, knee forward, butt back. That better. Good. Good. Make sure you're rotating over that standing leg. Michelle, bend your knee forward a little bit more and then reach your ass back. So there's a fine line between, am I moving through my fucking back or am I actually getting glute length, right? And we want the latter. Good. Do you feel your butt, Caitlin?
Yeah.
Hamstring butt? Good. This looks better than it did before you had a baby.
I know, I never got this, I feel like, just at any point.
Good. Again, when you go to your other side, know the difference between your body, right? Does your left side need what your right side needs? Do you need to rotate your torso to the right or are you already rotated to the right? Margaret, you do not need to rotate more to the right. Jacqueline, you need to push your knee out on the right. Good. Get that length through your butt. More is not better. Better is better. You do not want to round through your low back. Good. Good. That looks good, Drea. If you don't feel your butt or your hamstring, just raise your hand and then I can help you. Nice. Look at that. So, Caitlin, if I was you, I would get your knee on a couch, your knee on a chair, and I would do a regular bent over row with an exhale as you pull. I would do 8 to 10 reps on each side. Everybody else, I want a bilateral pull. So, we know Christine likes her little machine. We know Michelle usually does her little bench machine. You have a choice, Margaret, if you want to do chin-ups. I'd say chin-ups for you, yes. Drea, stop locking out your knees or I'm going to break them. Good. Couple things. Rebecca, you have an assisted chin-up machine there? Make it fucking hard.
Well, I just did like this. I could put my knee in here and do it here.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let
Yeah.
me talk you through what I want you to do if you're doing that. Caitlin, do you need help or are you good?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. So if I am doing a chin up, I don't want my rib cage and my pelvis to break apart, right? That is what makes a chin up when it's done right, hard, okay? So I let myself hang there for a second, but I want to make sure that my rib cage is forward and I'm not doing this. I'm not arching in my back. So I take a big inhale and then I exhale, pull myself straight up and then inhale all the way down until my arms are straight. Empty from the bottom, exhale, pull myself up, inhale all the way down. Exhale, pull myself up, inhale all the way down. Exhale, pull myself up, inhale all the way down. Okay, nice and straight. Do not arch in your back. Do not break apart from your pelvis. Good. Inhale as you pull, Lindsay. Nice. Caitlin, looks great.
3 rounds of this, Stacy?
We're gonna do like 3 rounds.
Okay. We'll keep going up in weight.
What?
We keep going up in weight, or do we kind of keep it steady on the?
I don't ever keep nothing steady. I would say that my answer to that question would depend. Did you sleep last night? Are you under a lot of stress? What do you have to do for the rest of the day? And then you can choose accordingly. I have to be with my children after. Just kidding. It's going to be fun. We're going to have so much fun. Now, we're going to go single leg deadlift again at the wall. I'm going to talk through. Caitlin, I want you to just stay with body weight today. We're going to talk through what are other things I could be thinking about. Does this mean you have to do it? No, but you could if you wanted to. Okay, so if I'm here, I'm going to come down. I'm rotating over my left a little bit. Like I said before, I exhale as I'm coming down. I want to think about allowing that midfoot to kind of like drop down into the ground, even if I have sneakers on. Okay, exhale. And then as I come up, inhale, I can come onto the ball of my foot, but my knee is staying bent. Exhale, midfoot into the ground. Inhale, ball of the foot as I come up. If you're like, nah, dog, I don't really want to do that, then you don't have to. Okay. Yeah. Make sure that the leg you're standing on is the one that's in front. Good. We're not locking out the knee at the top. Michelle, imagine I had to pull your knee forward the entire time. Your right knee. Good, Rebecca, keep constant tension on it because it looks like you're missing the go slow on the way down, midfoot, 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 reaching your butt back, and then slowly coming up onto the toe with the knee bent the whole time. Yep, you'll get more out of it. It's gonna be lost. Because I'm cold.
So got this.
Did you guys see the weather? It's gonna be like 65 today.
I know, I'm so excited.
Playground, Jacqueline.
We're gonna go hiking. We were gonna go up to the beach,
Ooh.
but I just got the no, which I don't. That comes from my stepmom, so I'm not listening to that. No.
Take your right leg and bring it back more, Jacqueline. Good. Michelle, you could bring your left leg back just a teeny bit too. And Nicole, drop your ass. Good. Ross, bring your rib cage back a little bit. Nice. Good. Nice, Justine. That looks great. Do you feel your butt?
Yes.
Good. We're going again. I want 3 rounds. Way better to do it when you have friends to do it with. Good. How many did you get, Margaret? How many did you get, Jacqueline? How many did you get, Rebecca?
9 the first time.
Oh my God.
9. I got 5.
More than, well, with this thing though.
Me too.
Good for you. I got 5.
Yeah, buddy. Nice.
I'll try and rest and do one or
Good.
two.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. Say you do good, Drea, you little cheat. Get your rib cage back. Nice. She almost kicked herself in the face. Nice. Look at you guys. Good. Cross your left leg in front, Drea. Left leg in front, cross it. Good, so you don't smack yourself in the veg. Good. So if it feels good when you go and transition kind of from the midfoot to the ball of the foot on those hinges, do it. If you want to just go super heavy, like a little bit slow on the way down, do that. You're never locking out your knees, but I only want 3 sets. And then I'm going to talk through the next like quad set or 5 exercises that we're going to do. Sometimes I just start talking and probably that's what I'm going to do. So we are going to do some sort of a front squat. If that means you're literally practicing your squat, holding on to your TRX, holding onto a door, sitting onto a chair, doing a box squat, I definitely probably want you to have your heels elevated. That means, yes, have your heels elevated. And the majority of people are going to grab a heavy kettlebell and we're going to sit down with an inhale and then we're going to exhale to stand up goblet style with a heavy kettlebell. I'm going to do it with you guys and I'm going to talk through how you can find your stack, how you can find your heels. Good, Drea, move your right leg down just a little bit more the wall. Good. Rebecca, keep that knee nice and bent the whole time. When you go onto the toe, keep the knee bent. Good.
Hey, Stacey, I have a question for you.
Yep.
If we're using a band on chin-ups,
Yep.
should we switch our foot that's in the band each time?
No, but some people are very anal retentive and they do that, but sure.
No. Okay.
Just cross the leg in front so you don't snap your balls.
Yep.
Nice. Good, Michelle, let that knee go forward just a little bit more. You're like, yep. Butt up, knee forward, heel heavy, butt up, knee forward, heel heavy. You'll get it down and then your body won't forget it.
My battery may die, so I might just.
Oh no, that's fine. You did great.
That
Like this
happens.
is totally like, right? It doesn't feel so like daunting.
No, this is good. I mean, if she can do this every time.
Perfect.
Got to remember to bring the power cord down.
Welcome back, Caitlin. Congratulations.
Thank you. Until it dies.
Yes, congrats.
Adding to the girl family.
Oh yeah? What's the name?
Faye.
Huh?
Faye.
Oh, cute.
Oh, cute.
Cute.
I'm gonna talk through the squat next.
You want us to use thingies?
Kettlebell.
No.
Anytime you do a squat, Ross, you're gonna use a wedge. Because if you don't, it's gonna go into your back. So when I do my, good, Michelle, let that butt drop down just a teeny tiny bit more. When I go to do my squat, I want to make sure my knees are slightly bent. Okay, because I got a ton of shit that I want to get through. So don't even worry about the exercise you're doing right now. Finish it up. We're going to come down and we're going to do squats. So heels heavy. They are going to be elevated and they're going to be heavy. Your knees are going to start with a slight bend to them. Drea, that was much better. And you are going to take an inhale and an exhale at the top position to find the stack. Okay. If you're not stacked to start, it sucks. Okay. So I have my little, like, I can sit into this. This is great. I'm at that bottom position below 90. I'm going to grab onto my weight with my knees slightly bent and my heels heavy. I'm going to take an inhale and an exhale right now. Boom, nice and heavy weight. Inhale, exhale, inhale, heels heavy, knee bends. Keep the stack, exhale, drive it up, but I don't lock my knees out. Inhale, exhale. Don't lock your knees out. Inhale, exhale.
You want us to sit on something?
You don't have to, but if you have something that's below 90 degrees of hip flexion, then yes, sure, do it. But I want 12.
You want it super heavy again?
I do. Not for Caitlin though. Inhale down. Now, so this is super important. This is like postpartum. This is really for everybody, but like you need to inhale to relax all the way to your vagina and your asshole. Okay. Even you, Ross, Inhale all the way down so that you can lengthen those tissues and then drive yourself up. Now, if I go to do a squat, when I start and I pull myself down, my heels are heavy. I don't lock my knees out at the top, but as I propel myself up, I'm probably pushing more through the ball of my foot, right? So your foot pressure is going to change as well. Good. Just because I say to stack, I don't want you to push this part of your sternum down. Lindsay knows I'm talking to her. So we're just going to think about breathing into this part of the chest as well. Good. Inhale, pull yourself down with your hamstrings. Nice. You guys look like picturesque. Do you guys feel your abs?
Yeah.
Yay. Do you feel your hamstrings and like your butt a little bit when you don't lock your knees out at the top? Everybody that's in the membership that doesn't come to class, all they need to do is come here, and then I could just yell at them and tell them exactly what to do when I see their form. Good. Don't lock your knees out at the top. Rebecca, fuck off and move forward. You don't need that. Good. Good. Nice. Pull down with your hamstrings. Exhale. Nice. Now, we're going to talk through an incline chest press. If you have a bench, put it at an incline. If you don't want to set up your bench, just sit in your short seated position. If you feel like your hip flexors are really tight, elevate yourself onto ARX pads or onto a block. But I need you to take that inhale and the exhale first to find the good position. We are going for 12 to 15 repetitions. And if I want expansion through my back, like we talked about at the beginning, so Caitlin, lay on your back, floor press, put a block between your knees. You are going to reach, inhale, pull down, exhale, reach. Everybody else, we're in a short seated position, or we're sitting on our bench at an incline. I want to make sure that you feel like you can breathe into your back and then exhale away from your abs. So Christine, you're perfect. Up and down, make sure this rib cage is back. I can be here. I want to set, digging into my hamstrings first. If I want expansion, I can inhale up. If I want to go for strength, I'm going to exhale up, but I'm controlling it. I'm keeping my ribs back, right? Ross, you might want to go at like a little bit of a lower just because of your shoulders. Yep, perfect. 12 to 15. Good, perfect. Jack, and you could probably lean back a little bit more. Yep. Lindsay, perfect. Nice.
Was that together or alternating?
I did together. Couple options. We're going to do those curtsy lunges next. So you could do body weight. You could do it with a TRX, or you could do it weighted. So think about this. Curtsy lunge is internal rotation, right? When we do like a lot of us need more internal rotation because we're lacking it. So if I go like this and I put my hands on my hips, when I go to do a reverse lunge, this would be straight back. Curtsy lunge is a little bit of a diagonal, but I'm keeping my big toe, my pinky toe, and my heel pulling in towards the midline with my knee, and then I'm coming back up. So I'm just stepping backwards diagonal, coming back up. Now, could I do that body weight? Sure could. I want you to do an inhale and an exhale at that bottom position and try to load the front leg as much as possible. If I want to hold on to this and never let my back leg touch the ground, that's your next option. I'm on my right leg. I go to put my left leg back behind me, but I'm not going to let it touch the ground. Notice how my knee is forward, my heel's heavy, and then I come back up. Look how my torso is stacked over my pelvis. Inhale, exhale, knee is not touching the ground. Stand back up. Inhale, exhale, stand back up. Oh, I thought it was me. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yes.
It's fine. We're all good here. Good. So, Nicole, think about, put your hands down on the handles more. Yep, perfect. Good. Now let your torso fall back more. Okay. Yeah. Now keep your knee forward as you go. That was better. Keep your knee forward as you go. So 6 to 8 per leg with these. If you do not feel your ass, you're doing it wrong.
He is just waking up as the battery's about to die. It's very good timing today.
Yay. Maybe we'll repeat it. So think about if you were going to sit onto a chair, Caitlin, see how your back, like I'm being nitpicky right now, but stand at the top.
Yeah.
See how your butt's kind of sticking out a little bit? Just try to sit straight down onto a chair and try to like let your glutes lengthen as you do it.
If I elevate my heels, does that?
So look at when you start. Watch your standing position because this is always what happens. Don't clench on your butt cheeks, but bend your knees a little bit. Take a big inhale. Take a big exhale and engage those abs and then pull yourself down into the good. Ross, bring your left leg back more so your knee goes forward on your left. Back, 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 left knee back. Ooh, right knee back, right knee back, right knee back, sorry.
Okay. See you next time.
Bye. Right knee back.
Nice
further.
job.
Now, push-ups are next. Now, 2 weights in your hands. You start, maybe you start in a regular push-up position. Maybe you start with your weights on a bench at an incline. Maybe you start with your knees on the ground, right? It's more about that reaching position at the end that we talked about with like the, when we had the band around us, right? And you were like, oh, geez, I feel my abs. It's because you're finishing the reach, right? That's what I want to have happen with a push-up. So say I take my weights. I'm going to start, my knees are bent, my knees are up off the ground. Look, I'm in this nice straight line. What I'm going to do is inhale to pull myself down. I'm going to do as many as I can from this position. And then I'm going to transition to my knees. Inhale, pull all the way down. Exhale, drive it away. Inhale, pull all the way down. Exhale, drive it away. Inhale, pull all the way down. Exhale, drive it away. Now, if I start to get tired, lower my knees down. But I want to do the same thing. I want to get 10. Gripping on the the dumbbells is going to help get into your shoulders. It's also going to increase the range of motion. Good. Looking good. Yes, push all the way through. Again, this is a perfect photo opportunity for all you guys because your form's great. Want to go back to the squats? Bang them out. Want to go heavier than you did before? Go heavier than you did before. You're doing 12. Heels elevated. If you're totally great and nothing ever hurts you, you don't have to elevate your heels. I just like to remind you, if you can't drop into a deep squat without falling backwards, you should have your heels elevated. Okay, so heels up, knees slightly bent. Take that inhale, take that exhale. Pull yourself down, drive yourself up. Think like pull yourself down to let the glutes go and then stand up without locking out your knees. Good. Pull down, drive up. Nice, Jacqueline. Nice, Lindsay. Lindsay, when you start going to the playgrounds with the kids, what you're going to do is you're going to hang as much as you possibly can. Okay. And I want you to breathe into your chest and into your back. Good, Michelle. Looking good, everyone. So now we're doing that short seated incline chest press. So on your bench at an incline or in a short seated position. Again, it's very helpful to find your hamstrings so you don't feel your hip flexors. If you feel your hip flexors, you need to elevate your butt up off the ground because it's the position of your pelvis that's going to tighten those muscles, right? Drag on the hamstrings. You could be leaning back, inhale into the chest. Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you?
Oh,
So, oh my God,
what a big girl.
you talk so well.
Yes.
But she's got two older sisters, probably.
Yeah, I was worried she was gonna like be a little wallflower. No.
So cute.
The screamer.
Happy birthday.
You wanna get the doggy treats? They're right there. Oh, did they eat them?
Good. Reach all the way with your arms. All the way straight. Let your shoulder blades move on your rib cage. Where is that? 12 to 15. Good. Don't flare through your rib cage. Good. Then you're going back to those curtsy lunges with that inhale, exhale. Good. Empty from the bottom, Michelle. Get those abs on. So if you hate the like the TRX curtsy lunges and the curtsy step ups, you can also put weights in your hands while you do it. I just wanted you to know what it felt like first. So like I could load this up with the weight in my hand and I'm just lowering myself down, driving myself up. You don't have to alternate, but I do want you to be able to like find your foot when you're doing it. So it's like that backwards diagonal. You feel your heel heavy. You kind of feel the back of the glute opening up as you're doing it. Right? Now, if you're doing it with weight, you can do 10 per side. If you're doing it on the TRX, it's 6, but you're doing an inhale and an exhale at that bottom end range position. Okay.
What do you think I should do? I was doing it on the box. Should I do weighted? Or just keep.
Try it. So,
Okay.
were you holding on to something if you were doing it on the box?
Just like there's something in front of me that I had my hand on.
Yeah,
Not
so like I think it's hard because
Okay.
if I'm going on the box and I'm lowering myself down, I'm going to lower myself down as far as I possibly can, right? And I'm going to focus on the big toe, the pinky toe, and the heel, the kind of knee pulling in towards the midline, my knee going forward while my heel is heavy, and I feel the opening up through the backside.
Okay.
Daisy, can you watch me for a second? I felt like I wasn't good with the TRX one. This
Okay.
feels better, but I think I hiked my hip.
Jacqueline isn't hiking her hip, which is a miracle.
I know.
That wasn't bad, but just think in terms of keeping the weight on the, go one side at a time, keep the weight on the front leg, and then think your pelvis is always going to kind of face forward, right? That was better. That, do you feel the difference when you do it like that?
I mean, it feels better. I didn't
Yeah,
like it
so
before. I
The
just
thing
didn't
that's
feel like
hard
anything.
about the TRX is like, if you're not keeping a stack, then it's going to be all in very quad heavy. Do you know what I'm saying? But
Uh-huh.
it's also good because like, that's fucking hard. You know what I mean? Like like in future months, we'll go over like a skater squat, which is like, you're doing a reverse lunge basically, but then you're never letting your back leg hit the ground. It's just hard. It takes a lot of strength, right? Push-ups. 10 Start from your legs being up off the ground and then go to an easier version. Good. Michelle, don't even step as far back. Try to pull that knee in towards the midline just a little bit more. Right there. Straight down, straight down, straight down. Like that. Do you see the difference? You feel kind of the difference? Okay, good. I know I'm annoying. Good. Push all the way away, Justine. All the way away. Good. Nice. Don't worry, I got more surprise lined up for today, just in case you were getting like, you know, bored.
You're doing 3 or are we doing something else?
You're doing something else. Don't sound so thrilled. So I want you to grab a light set of weights. Like I don't want over 10 pounds. You're going to put your knee on a block and we're going to get into a half kneeling position. Okay. So I'm going to show it from like a couple different views. But I just want to show you that like the importance of the hip shift thing. So like if let's say I have my left leg forward and my right knee is on a block. Okay. So we did the hip shift while we were laying down on our side earlier today. And I was like, okay, is your knee reaching forward of your other knee, right? You know, we'll do a lunge and I'll be like, pull the left hip back, get the adductor on. Like you kind of get it, right? I like assume you get it. And sometimes that makes me an ass, you know? Drag on your heel to get into the left side, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine a hip shift with a stack to create more strength through the upper body, because obviously you're gonna be stronger through the upper body when you have a stack, okay? If I go like this and I have my left leg forward, what I'm gonna do when I get to this bottom position is pull my left hip back, dragging on the hamstring. That's all. So I have my light weights in my hand. I'm going to do a front raise like this. I'm going to pull my hip back and then I'm going to lower back down. Inhale, pull my hip back, lower down. Inhale, pull the hip, drag on the heel, exhale back down. Perfect. Now, if you want me to see if you're actually in a stacked position, you could turn sideways, but the hip shift really does help with that. So inhale, lift the weights, shift it back, find your hamstring. Good. Yep. And Ross, don't feel like you have to lift super high, but it should be fine. Good. Shift into that hip each time. So Nicole, don't go so high. You only have to go to shoulder height. Okay. Inhale. Perfect.
When you inhale, you're not shifting at all, right?
In the middle,
When you lift up.
I'm shifting when I'm at the top position. Good. Michelle, this is awesome for you. You got to get a stack.
What is that shift? Can you
Yeah,
show
don't
it
get the
again? What's the
shift.
shift look like? Like, how does it happen?
Okay. So what I need you to think about is this. What am I telling you to do every single time in standing? How I say like rotate the right hip towards the left and then pull back on the left heel, right? We do it on the wall with our hamstring curls. It's the same exact thing. It's not really what it looks like. It's like what it feels like. So if I had my left foot forward and I was rotating, I'd be pulling down through this. All I'm doing is the static drawing back. So I should feel like my high hamstring into my butt. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I was going to do it on my right side, it would be the same thing. I want to find left knee down, dragging on the heel, inhale, and then drag, and then down. Lift it up, pull the hip back, drag on the hamstring, and down, up, and down. I'm not going to throw my weights up. I'm going to use my muscles. Good. Yeah. Nicole, this is way better. You got in a better stack position. Your guys' stack position looks awesome here. Now I want you to get down into your like bear crawl position. And if you have room, we can crawl laterally, or you can just have a weight underneath you and you can reach and expand through your upper back as you go. So I could be here. Weight, wrists and shoulders in a line. If I reach underneath, I'm gonna drag underneath as I inhale, push, drag underneath as I inhale, drag underneath as I inhale, drag underneath as I inhale, okay? Or I'm like in a box. I'm just gonna cross my arms, not cross my legs. Cross my arms, not cross my legs, okay? 20. Knees bent, push the ground away. Good, yep. Think of it like the heavier the weight that you have that you're dragging, you want it to be at a like over to the side as much as you can, because when you reach, that is where you're getting that expansion up top.
All right. See you, Stacy. Thanks. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
So lie down your back, pull your knees into your chest. You did great. I hope that you feel your butt by the time you have to go work out again on Friday. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, rock it back. Exhale, bring it forward. Now, if you take both your knees and you roll them over to the right, reach your left knee long. That's a hip shift. Left knee is longer than right. Now I'm opening up through the butt, but I can get the rotation through the rib cage, not the low back. That's like the number one thing that we don't want. Take a couple breaths. You can think about your thumb reaching at an upper diagonal. You can find your nipple, jaw diagonal line towards your armpit, give yourself a little massage and be like, oh fuck, my pec is tight. And then pull your knees into your chest again. Roll your hips over to the left. Reach your right knee long. Hip shift. Rotate open to the right. Maybe your rotation is better. Maybe it's worse. Couple breaths, inhale. And exhale, find your nipple, draw a diagonal line towards your armpit. Just feel, is your pec super tight? You guys did wonderfully. Happy hump day. Enjoy the 65-degree weather, please.
Thank you too.